Hello, everyone. So, March was the month of spiritual momentum, and it's April, and we're going to talk about spiritual growth this month. Growth is very important. I know someone said in a song one time that Jesus wants us to be childlike and not childish. Now, if that ain't good, I don't know what is, because being childlike is just being childlike in our Christian lives just gives us the heart to be completely dependent on God and have our minds completely set on Him, and it helps in our faith, because if we're completely dependent on Him to provide for us and to be there for us and to be our source of everything, then it's a childlike mindset, because it's like Hakuna Matata. Like, I don't have any worries or whatever. I know my God is an awesome God. No matter what I go through, no matter anything I may experience, I know God has got my back because He's my Father and He's my source. So spiritual growth is just very important. If a 25-year-old is walking around the height of a toddler, then we're like, oh, there's a problem there. If someone is 56 and they have the mind of a 10-year-old, then we're like, oh, there's a problem there. So not only physically and mentally is growth important, but it's important spiritually. In our Christian lives, we have to grow. We can't feed on milk all of the time. In like our entire lives, we cannot just go, just take from that milk that we had from the beginning when we first, gave our lives to Christ. I mean, we have to grow up. Paul encouraged people in Ephesians to grow. I mean, he prayed for their growth. So he wasn't praying that they get older, but that they grow spiritually. So it's very important that we grow spiritually. And the way that we do that is through obedience, through allowing to sacrificing our own will and just forsaking our own will and allowing the will of God to actually move and work in our own lives. It requires communication with God. If you can't pray, if you don't pray, not that you can't pray, because anybody can pray, it's just talking to God. If you don't pray, then how do you expect to grow? Like, if you don't have communication with the source, then how is it that you expect to grow? How does that happen? And then you have to read your word. You have to, if you're going to be a Christian, it makes sense to know the foundation and to know what you actually believe in. And you have sources in the Bible that help us to give us, words of encouragement. Within the Bible, there are stories of God making a way for so many people, and for Him, just working through their lives. So it's like we have examples in there, especially the example that Jesus gave with His own life. So, to reach over, I never understood why we encourage children to get their education, their, education that society gives, like Houston School District or, the ISD or something like that. We encourage them to go to school, but we don't encourage each other to read our own Bible and to read our word. You have to know it. You can't be a living epistle. You can't walk by the word if you don't know the word. You have, in order to increase your faith and to have faith, you have to have the word of God, within your heart and within yourself. So how will you be able to regurgitate words when you go through if you don't know the word? So it's important that we grow, and growth is multifaceted. Within our physical bodies, I know growth is either up or out. So like, you either getting wider or you getting taller. So growth within our spiritual lives is different. It's different for each person. And I mean, one person may need growth in their patience, and one person may need growth in their self-control. It's different. It's tailor-made for everyone. That's why it's important to have your own relationship with God. I ain't gonna get too much into that. I just wanted to introduce the theme for April, spiritual growth. I'm just really excited about everything that's going on and stuff like that. So I just hope you guys get excited, just as excited as I am. So the first Rainbow Alert for April will be posted tomorrow. So make sure, feel free to give me feedback. So yeah. Okay. Bye, you guys. Love y'all.